Okay guys, welcome to the third of this series of little videos discussing history's impact on the music or music's reflection of history. This one is of course about 2000 and 2009, so we've dropped back another decade. Now in 2009 still didn't seem that different to me. I didn't have this piano in 2009, I do remember that, but most of the room and everything was pretty much the same. So it doesn't seem that long ago is what I'm saying. However, a lot of really cool things went on and there was a lot of good music. The playing list is there, lots of good Kiwi content and lots of variety. Here we have the events that I think may have had impact on everything and impact on the music. Now, one of the biggest events I felt for the decade of 2009-2000 was the election of Barack Obama as the 44th President of the United States of America. It was on the 20th of January that he was inaugurated, so elected before then. And I felt an amazing sense of, wow, we've moved forward with such a family. And as we know, he went through to when did he go through? To 2017. And you know, he was a great leader, and it was a great family, and so I look upon that as a new hope for us when that took place. In 2004, of course, we had some bad stuff. You know, I'd said good and bad. Well, the bad one was the Boxing Day tsunami on 2004 that went through and destroyed a lot of areas, including completely changing islands. Again, because of technology, I watched that one on TV too and was horrified. It just puts you in your place as far as the planet's concerned. We are just small. Of course, we had the Second Iraq War, 2003, 20th of March. Again, chucking rockets at each other. Reasons behind that, well, you know, there's always reasons. It would be better if we could learn not to fight. But then we had the 2001 9/11 attacks. Lots of innocent people died, including people working in services to protect innocent people like firemen. So that was pretty sad. Moving on to some more stuff of more of the pop culture area. There was the first Marvel comic series movie. It's classified as Iron Man 1. I always thought it was the big boy, you know, the Incredible Hulk, because I'm sure that was released before, but I have been corrected. It could be because Green Boy's my favourite. But I do love the series, and it's been a great series, watching it with myself and my son and all that sort of stuff. So 2008 was the first Marvel Universe Phase 1, Iron Man 1. Great movie too. Again, the protection of the underdog, all that kind of carry on. Moulin Rouge. Now, the reason I brought that up, apart from the fact that it's an awesome movie, 2001, is it had Christine Aguilera, and she is just an awesome singer. I'm sure I've put some of her tracks in the playlist, and there's plenty of other ones. Great singer, apparently a bit of a perfectionist, needed to be moved on a bit in the studios because she was singing brilliantly, but still wanted to do it just one more time. Isn't that a muso, eh? Something that really touched me was the release of the Fellowship of the Rings, the Peter Jackson Ring series, as they've sometimes called it, or the Tolkien stories. If you're anything like me, as a kid, I grew up reading Tolkien stories. The Lord of the Rings was just huge for me. Read it several times, absolutely adored the movies, and it was just wonderful that someone had the courage to do it. So thanks, guys, that was a great effort. And now, the big thing that impacted on music, I feel, is the amount of platforms that the likes of you and me could actually put our music on. And so, excuse me, I decided to have a cup of tea with this one, not coffee like the last one. The big thing with these platforms is they gave the opportunity for every musician to create some sort of distribution of their sound or their content as well. So I'll run through them relatively quickly. Soundcloud, August 2007, that's when that first came out. I got right into Soundcloud to start with. It wasn't the hugest, but it's, start. 2005, YouTube, well, What can I say? 2005 YouTube was first launched 14th of February, right? So if we're looking at that 2005, it's a good 15 years of YouTube, and now the content out there is huge. There's something for everyone, including people like me who like watching space journeys and all this type of stuff. So it's wonderful stuff. And of course, Facebook 2004. So all these social media platforms that created platforms for us as musicians to put our music out took place in these times or this decade, and created a situation where people got more creative, I feel. We have also the launch of products like GarageBand. Now, if you're not sure of GarageBand, because you're more on the Android type of side, the other platforms are like Mixcraft, or they sometimes call them DAWs. Actually, no, they don't. But it's basically the recording platform, recording programs that you can put into software these days, into your computers. GarageBand was huge for Mac users, it still is, and creates the opportunity for people to create really good recordings in their own home, including the artists that do have record contracts. Now they don't have to go into the studio, they can work away from any specific place to create their music and then put it forward. So it really just has opened up the world as far as the ability to create good recordings. Okay, the iPod and all those associated type products meant that we could carry our music digitally around with us. We had before then used things like Walkman, but now the iPod meant, well, there's so much more music you can carry. You weren't restricted to one tape. You could take your whole library with you, as we often do now. 2005, January the 14th, Huygens space probe lands on Titan. Launched 15th of October 1997. So it took a little while to get there, but as Titan is, I think it's the second biggest moon in our entire solar system, and it's orbiting Saturn. It's at least 1.2 billion kilometers away. So yeah, it's a distance, a big distance. Hard to comprehend really. So it took a long time to get there, but for us to land a probe on a moon circling Saturn 1.2 billion miles away, and when did I say it was? 2005. That's a biggie. We should be really proud of that. And so these are things that are going on while we're doing all our music. Okay, the last thing I thought I'd mention, and it's the, again, space type of thing. 2001, we managed to land a probe onto Eros, a asteroid, part of the asteroid belt. And although nowhere near as far away as, say, like Titan, around Saturn or anything like that, that's a pretty damn clever thing to do. And we're starting to discover more about those things. So, yeah, that's 2000, 2009 in a bit of a nutshell. Of course, there's other things. And when you listen to the playlist, you will also find that there are other songs that you reckon should go in there. So yeah, please comment down below. Let me know. It would be interesting to explore other musics that people have thought I might have missed, because the whole process here is to explore lots and lots of varied music. Okay, cheers.